Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Tuesday, the 11th of August, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Patriots forced to make adjustments, and in our feature for this evening, we take in some excerpts from the opening of the Livingston Sargent Cricket Training Facility. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive.
But the warm, genuine and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
Well, I'm back, and we start with cricket. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots have had to rejig their backroom staffers lineup just 2 weeks before CPL 2020 after Simon Helmut, their head coach, and Malcolm Rangarajan, the assistant coach, were forced to miss the tournament for different reasons. The franchise had brought in former West Indies captain Courtney Walsh and Mark O'Donnell from New Zealand, who had worked together with Jamaica Tallawahs in 2015 to fill the gaps. Helmut tested positive for COVID-19 on July 27th, the day he was to fly out from Melbourne to the Caribbean, while Rajgaranjan is a talent scout at Royal Challengers Bangalore and is expected to be involved in the team's preseason camp in the UAE from the end of August. Rajgarajan will, however, continue to assist the Patriots remotely as a strategic consultant. Current CPL guidelines require all players and support staff to clear COVID-19 tests before they fly out to the Caribbean and fulfill a 2-week quarantine period in Trinidad and Tobago, where the entire season will be played. I understand also that our own Stuart Williams is also with the team now. That's great news. We'll take this break, and I'll be back with our feature for this evening. You're bad and you lick she down. You feel like a man, kick she to the ground. In your drunken stupor, you no care about she. You swinging like his Muhammad Ali. Well, you better come to your senses real fast, or you will be headlining in the next newscast. Stop the abuse, stop it right now, and go and get the help that you need somehow. If you don't stop this thing immediately, it's either 1840 or the cemetery. This message is brought to you by the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force in the continued fight against domestic violence. Stop the abuse, stop it right now, and go and get the help that you need somehow. If you don't stop this thing immediately, it's either 1840 or the cemetery. Stop the abuse, stop it right now, and go and get the help that you need somehow. If you don't stop this thing immediately, it's either 1840 or the cemetery. Well, I'm back, and tonight we feature excerpts from the ceremony held on Tuesday, 4th August, to officially open the Livingston Sargent Cricket Training Facility. Let's take in this.
Honorable Mark Brantley, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, Minister of Sports in the Nevis Island Administration, Permanent Secretary in the Nevis in Social Development, Mr. Keith Glasgow, Assistant Secretary, D. Michelle Liebert, family of Mr. Livingston Sargent, Mr. Carlisle Powell, President of the Nevis Cricket Association, our partners, parents, our invited guests, cricketers, media, a special good morning to all. We are gathered here this morning to recognize and commission this cricket facility. Today is the start. Well, today we have reached an important point in our cricket development, and I say that on the backdrop in that there's a lot that we have to continue to do after the commission of this facility. We often brag about the number of players that we have put on the West Indies team, but I know all of you here this morning can join me and say that we need at least 4 or 5 more in the next 10 years.
Thanks, Master of Ceremony. First, allow me to give God thanks for this opportunity. It's always a great feeling when you can give something back to your country. And I think here's where I'm very, I must say, well versed when it comes to the game, this game that we love so much called cricket. I was asked to do an overview of the cricket facility, but first I just want to let you guys know that it's a great pleasure to be here, and today's a holiday, and you guys take the opportunity to come here and see what we've been doing for the last year and a half or so. But looking at it, I think it's a great achievement. First, I just want to lament a bit on the wall. It's 4 different phases that we had: the wall, the shed, and the practice facility itself, the practice nets itself, sorry, and the surface. The most difficult part was the surface, because this hill have a what you call natural flow, gravitational flow from north to south, and down where the strips are was very difficult to get to where you want it to be, and we had to put a lot of material down that side in order to build it up and get it to what you see now. It looks very nice now, but it was a lot of work. Yeah, as far as the wall is concerned, this wall behind me, alongside me, is in the L-shaped form. Is what we attached to the existing wall in the back, the netball city, and that was done because you wanted to control this area. This area is very important that you have an area that you have total control over. As far as the shed is concerned, they had some existing seating over that side, concrete structure. So what I did, I just more or less tie the roof and frame it over the seating, which fits in very nicely. I like that side. I love it over there. And like I said, the surface was the part that I think make this facility look what it is today. That green grass. If you were here since about 2-3 weeks ago, you want to know if India is a desert or something. But we got the blessings, and within days I couldn't believe these grasses still green, and start to flow nicely. So we just want to give God thanks for His glory. It's such a great feeling. All right, this project is this facility is designed in a way for developmental purpose. I want to be able to develop cricketers, because we here in Nevis, we are naturally gifted when it comes to the sport. We can play, but for some reason the preparation is still that sort of old traditional way where you come in and knock a few balls, bowl a few balls, field a few balls. We gotta go further than that. We gotta look to get to the more professional approach when it comes to preparation, and this is what it's going to be all about. Once we can get that done, I think there won't be any doubt that we'll be producing more cricketers. And the sky is always the limit first, because We have done it in the past. You have players in the past who made the West Indies team from playing in the road. So if you can have a facility like this, I can't see the reason why we can't start or continue to produce professional cricketers again. All right. I think if we are to produce those cricketers that we want and the talent that we see around, we will definitely have to do some work on the coaches. I think the coaches are very limited in the way they do their work. Some coaches will turn up and don't have any sort of material. It's like turning up on your job and they don't walk you your tools. So I hate to see that. You have to come and look organized, and you have guys here who love coaching, but they don't want to do what it takes in order for them to upgrade their ability and skills to take to the next level. But so that's something that we have to be mindful of. In terms of this facility, we want to be able to get proper supervision. We don't want people just come in here and do whatever they want. My old man always said to me, it's like, if you put a gate on, it should be shut most of the time. If it's open and it keep being open, we shouldn't put a gate on. So the fact that once we have proper supervision, I can't see why we can't get the job done. Because the material is going to be there. It's just the dedication and the commitment of these guys, dedicating themselves and putting in the hard work. It's very, very important to put in the hard work, because if you don't put in the hard work, you're not gonna get the result. That's just nature. That's just how life is. I remember before this started, because I did a lot of mental preparation. I came here and I sat down and I just visualized what I'm seeing here today. At times, you talk to different people and let them know what's my intention and what I'm trying to accomplish. So it was a difficult task. Like I said, it took a long time to get to where we are today. So you just got to give ourselves a round of applause. The people and companies that I really want to pay tribute to today is, first and foremost, is Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, Mr. Len Harris, General Manager in particular. I remember when I approached him, and for some reason, I guess you guys don't take this in the wrong way, but I think when you have horses for courses, the job always tend to get done a lot easier. When people are passionate towards a certain thing. When he comes to Mr. Len Harris, he loves cricket. And when he go there, it's like he gonna ask you how much you're looking for and what you want me to do. Just let me know, that sort of thing. And you get that sort of feeling. And he always stand up and respond. So the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, I just want to say, you guys who really make this happen. All right, so just give yourself a round of applause. I also want to thank the Social Development, the Nevis Island Administration, and Social Development in the Ministry of Sports. I want to thank them for approving what my plans were and showing the interest that they have done over the last year and a half, I must say, or even more. Without your approval, we wanted to be here also. So thanks for all the assistance. You have done a lot. There's so much that you have done throughout that period, and I just want to say thank you. Public Works. Public Works is, when you think about public works, you always think about manpower and machine and that sort of thing. And a lot of people will say to me, but Keith, where are you going to get the money from to do what you're saying? And I say, I don't really want no money, I just want some machine and people to do the work. It's equivalent to the money. So as long as I can get that, something is going to happen. And I'm the sort of person that don't give up that easily. But when you get guys like Frank Monzak, who supervised this project. Please, just give Frank a round of applause for him, please. Frank, can you stand and take a bow, please? That's the man there, Frank Monzak, former national and Nevis and Leeward Island player. You know, I played a lot with him, you know, we had some good times. But we really had some great tasks to deal with at times when we were building this. And for some reason, Frank always have an answer. Always have an answer. You know, and he's giving me goosebumps right now. It's unbelievable at times how we get things done. You know, so Frank, from the depth of my heart, I just want to say thanks, man. You know, the Lord bless you. In terms of the management and inmates of Her Majesty Prison, these guys from the start was always there. There were times when it's difficult to get them, but for some reason, Mr. Pemberton in the back there, who is in charge of the prison here in Nevis, he always find a way to get either one or two to me for some reason. So I just want to say thanks to those guys. Those guys have done a great job, you know, and they did the bulk of the work, I would say, here. And, you know, I just want to say thanks to them, and I really appreciate it. And we just hope that, you know, we can continue to move from strength to strength. Thank you again, Mr. Pemberton. The Bank of Nevis, they're responsible for the nets that you're seeing there. We had to order the nets out of England. I had to go through Fionn Jones. Fionn, I find, you know, he's very cooperative, always there to lend a hand, always willing to come on the spot. That's what I love about Fionn. Always want to be in the spot. I want to see what's going on, you know, that sort of thing. You know, so he keep coming here and, you know, picking him up, coming here, we talk about it. He, at times, be more excited than me anyway. But we had a good time, and Fionn, I just want to say thanks to you and the Bank of the Nevis for really showing and doing what need to be done. Thanks again. Also want to thank Tennessee for the materials for that shed over there. The material came from Tennessee, and I'd like to single out people who I know make it possible. This president just be recognized. Mr. Ernie France was always willing to do something very special in regards to the material and getting here and making sure that everything in place. So from the depth of my heart, Ernie, I just want to say thanks. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Lefco equipment. Lefco, I think Lefco gave me some amazing discount when it comes to the concrete. I think it's Orville, like, what is his name? It's Orville. When I spoke to him the first time, he said, "You don't know me, but I know you, and I know what you're doing." I said, "Well, hey, thank God for that, because as long as you know me, that's all I want, you know. Eventually, you know, I will get to know you." And we met, and, you know, he gave me his real life stories. I had to sit there and really listen to him. I enjoyed it, though. I learned a lot from him, his experience of putting his business together. So I just want to say thanks to him. All these blocks and concrete and the foundation that is here on is because of Lefco. So thanks again. Finish Touch, that's my nephew, air-conditioned business that he has over there. I just have to ask him for something, and without a doubt, you know, it's got to be there. You know, he contributed. Mikey Slack is always there also. Mr. Theodore Hapson, Roosevelt Daniel, and also Anthony Martin. We call him One Stroke. I like that nickname. Only Everett Sergeant might know the reason for that nickname. But Tony, he really did a good job. You know, he brought some topside. I think it's about 10 yards of topsoil also. You know, so we needed that badly. So thanks to Tony for that. Leroy Taylor, he also contributed some topsoil. Ron Papa Prentice, topsoil also. Warrington Grant is that's Lindsey Grant's father. He loves cricket, so he always say to me, wherever you want, just let me know. He contributed also. SL Halls for the Nevis. If we are to keep this place looking the way it is, we will have to definitely get material in place, equipment and so on. And it's important because for me, it's not doing it. It's doing it at the right time. That's what I like. And the thing is about Mother Nature, if you get these grass overgrown, they look green on the top, and when they cut, they're going to look brown. I want to maintain that green. I know it's very difficult to do so, but I try my best to get that done. So I just want to say to Oscar Walters, General Manager of Horsford, I just want to say hi, how much we appreciate that lawnmower that team they contributed to us. Mrs. Ron William and Mrs. Carol Jeffers, they're the sort of people who always make things happen. Even when it doesn't look like happening, they're going to put themselves out the way. They're very much dedicated. I think I was fortunate enough to be associated with people like that, because I always say that, once you have the right people around you, things are going to happen. So I just want to say thanks to them for making sure that everything was well organized and put in place. I also want to say thanks to Joseph Alec Williams, the guy in the projector there. They're trying to get the best out of what you see in there. Last night, that thing had shown so good. It seems like it's showing like better in the evening than in the day. So we just got to try and celebrate what we have. But I know that he's trying his best. So thanks a lot. As part of this development, I have 2 bowling machines for skilled work. And these bowling machines being donated by the former president of Cricket West Indies, Mr. Dave Cameron. And those machines will be up and running as soon as we get action off, so that these guys can bat 300 to 500 balls a session. It's important. The hands get sore, the body gets sore, and lots of perspiration. If you want to make it to the top, you got to work. And that is what I'm going to always remind him of. Kelvin Hapson, that if you look at that net that's tied up there, it's he provided a cable for us, come and put it in order, and that net normally will pull across like a curtain, so that when we're doing machine work, you don't need bowlers, so to speak, so you can just keep the balls in that small area, that confined area. So you don't have a lot of running around to get the ball. So that net is very important when we're doing our development work. As Errol Jabal, these guys like when I call the nicknames, So Tyson, the head groundsman at the ETW Park. I just want to say thanks to Jabal for doing a great job. There are times when things get difficult, and but you still have to hang in there with him. It's very important, and he did a pretty good job in terms of the crease down at this side of the bowling area. He put it into effect yesterday. So I just want to say thanks again. Okay. Duncan Mills, if he in the area where we're supposed to be bowling from, that area had to be dug out and form like a cricket pitch. So underneath they have some big stones. That to more or less, try and control the impact when guys are bowling and the friction and this sort of thing, and ripping on the soil. It will try and protect the indentation of the footmarks and this sort of thing, so that the repair work can be a lot easier. So it looks nice on the top there, but there's a lot of stone underneath it to maintain that sort of foundation. Jermaine Brooks, and O'Neill Walters, those guys are the guys who work with the backhoe. And because of them, why, like I said, in here look like this. Before, it was awful, to tell you the truth, looking at it. Mr. Franklin Brand, always willing to contribute. Just want to say thanks to Mr. Franklin Brand. What amazed me is like when you know we both live in Sinkerton, when I go to his office and I start saying what I need, he said, look, just cut the talk and just tell me what you want. You know, because remember I'll be from Nevis, and Nevis I'll be from. You just tell me what you want them from, down here out of Nevis. And he always tell me, Brian, start something in a Nevis. I can't wait. Well, Mr. Franklin Brown is the post sponsor for my Cricket Academy in Nevis, so just give it a round of applause. I also want to thank Shelley Library. Shelley, who is someone that is like the go-to lady, you know. She always gets things done. Shelley works in social development, and sometimes, to tell you the truth, I feel sorry for Shelley. You're going in there, the phone ringing, she on the cell phone, she on the office phone, she doing so much thing, and I say, man, I can wait, you know. Just tell me when you get some time. But Shelley always make time, and she did a lot of work. You know, in order to make things happen, make things turn over, and that sort of thing. Michelle Liebert also did some work in the time that she was there. I also want to thank Damien Paris. Damien Paris is more or less, you know, I think he's an architect. He normally will, you know, design plans and that sort of thing. And initially when we started, I brought him here and I told him what I wanted and asked him to do something for me. I thought he wouldn't just do a little rough sketch, but it's amazing what he did. In the end, I couldn't believe. And so I had to try and get it as close as possible to what he had presented. The shed reminded me a lot of it. So I just want to say thanks to him. I don't see him here today. He said he would have tried his best to get here, but he's not here. All right, guys. But finally, I just want to let you guys know that nothing wrong with us staying with the old traditional way of coaching or practicing. But I don't think in this day and age where this game evolved and now we're going to the next level, I don't think Keith Atherton playing in the street will make it in this time. Nah. We need more than that. And I think it's not so much the physical aspect of it, because by nature, we are naturally gifted to play the sport. I always say, the first time I went to Australia, Greg Chaplin asked me, how small island like that could produce batsmen? I could understand bowlers, you know, but batsmen. And I said, you know, there's a lot more there. It's just that I think I was good on the day to get here, but there's some back there who are better than me, I tell you. But it just was unfortunate not to get there, you know. And there's so much we can talk about. I don't want to start calling names. I'll get myself in trouble. The person who this facility is going to name off is definitely one of them. You know, I heard Viv Richards said one time that, you know, there's some unfortunate players who never get a chance to represent the West Indies. And he said, Livingston Sargent definitely is one of them. He said, as a youngster looking at this guy, man, he said, yeah, as a matter of fact, he said his demeanor is what he had really loved. When he come to the wicket, he take charge. He take his time. Everybody got to wait on him. And Viv is like that. When he come here, he got to let people know, look, I'm here and I'm in charge. It doesn't matter who bowling. And he show you the dominant. I get Scarlett going to tell you all about later on, and Mr. Livingston Sargent. So once again, guys, I hope I cover most or all that I need to say, but let us all appreciate what we see here. This is the first time on the island that we have something of this nature.
Well, more to come as the week progresses. That's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.